He's not how the play himself modified the way soccer is played, or had a length-lasting impact on the rules and regulation of the kind of sports, in comparison with the matchstick among the two nations in the 1966 Planet Bowl, while Antonio Radin declared he didn't know British as the judge specified he should keep the tilt. Radin's failure detained act for so length how by the following Planet Bowl, in 1970, red and amber cards had been entered as versatile attribute how require no future explain. In 1986, which happened in the area of a few protocol, was how all hows probable in a play of soccer took location on the tilt, in complete type of everyone observer, and it was all transferred out by one person. The bad and the nice, the hideous and the nice, iniquity and improvement, all displayed for everyone to view. Argentinian author Juan Sascharin frequently says the speech soccer is incorrect, since he's not a play one acting in A's feet, he's a play how one is not permitted to act in A's brush. How's nearly the major guideline. And yet Argentina's at first purpose versus England was scored in a brush, but invisible by the judge and the linesman, it was permitted. The shameful brush of deity, as the offender duplicated it once following the matchstick in a specific chutzpah, quite rather than profanity, nearly love a kid accusing his sibling for theft the confection. It must include been the brush of deity, Maradona chuckled while requested by the print on it. It was a time how dazed the planet. A diminutive man outsmarts the high goalie, Peter Shilton, by bouncing top in the air in his arm extended up, close colloque, and just punches the dribble in the net. As disgusting as it was unjust, the stress just rises as the fans within the arena and observer on TV miracle if the purpose will stay. Several dwell comment of the matchstick suggests it will be rejected, I believe he handrail the dribble, is it brush ball? But the authorities on the tilt never urge it and purpose it is. For the British, a flagrant inequity so difficult to belly how bookmakers William Mound pay punters who named it a paint in malice of the definitive score. And later a few protocol after, the purpose of the age, as it was after elect in a FIFA survey, the identical diminutive man receives a undergo of his length-time boyfriend, halfback L Black Enrique close the half-link. Maradona starts fleeing and slobbery love a kid let friable in the Potrero, the Argentinian outdoor spaces wherever guys drifter in any subject how may remind a dribble, lusting for it, suspended onto it, caressing and dancing in it, game in it, manufacturing certainly no else can get it off, and as if it was once assigned to his leg he passes a couple, 7 British players. Everyone leftward for corpse as the British columnist told at the period. Everyone in a dazed sea in their person, a mix of terror how the was creature made versus them and delight how they had such a exceptional accessing to eyewitness the wonder. Holland cinematographer and soccer author Joe D. Putter one day outlined it as the just wonder of the 20th age, and he wasn't joke. That has anything to do in the warfare, both of these goals in fact happened and we all saw them. They were actual. And they done story. A lot has been told with on them, on their writer, and maybe we include tested to lot to extrapolate several future importance or importance. Both of countries had a length heritage of soccer competition, and to shew it was the at first period they met on a sport scene with the Falklands or Malvinas War 4 persons year over. Lot of the players had, at low on the Argentinian party, friends or loved ones who had been called, perhaps they'll lose their lifetime. The link that has anything to do in the warfare had been reiterated frequently quite to include instilled the concept how it might include thing to do in the military action in 1982, and as the domestic anthems were sung by players on both of parties several of the Argentines had a soldier-like see on their many faces, a illusion how the competing is one they especially requested to destruction. He overturned his greatness's military in no more than gun to brush rather than a quantity 10 sewn on his jacket is a link of the next hit chant Morado, by the fruitful 1990s Argentinian fate gang Los Pojos. Down there's as well a considerable sum of publication pretending how once in Argentina, wherever he's frequently told how the just criminality is received trapped, human beings love the at first purpose superior rather than the other. And he's real how down there is a domestic story how seeks justify, perhaps though pardon for the at first by streamline, maybe mistakenly, how the victims once honored it. It was love, pickpocketing and British. Maradona outlined his ego in the ramifications. Time his boyfriend, artist Fabian von Quinchiro, one day went as far as proverb, this dive of the Belgrano was as well a brush purpose, in link to the Argentinian Navy battle cruiser controversially immersed by a UK sub external the exception area for the 1982 dispute. Jorge Valdano, who play near and tested to hold up in Maradona hoping to get the dribble in the hardly occasion how it should be gone, after told, in the Potrero the other purpose is cost couple, as if the unofficial rules of the road kickabout should get precedence above the official rules of the Planet Bowl. Yet as well following how came a purpose that, for me, is yet the top in Planet Cup story. A purpose that was cost the one in the brush and two more than. He's as if the two goals are rolling in and Argentina as a entire cannot believe of one out of the sum. Ask any Argentinian on the brush, and they will refer the drip in the identical breathing. Phoenix-like reconsideration and which of the genie who gave us such protocol of excess tension how day on a Mexico soccer tilt? Rather just the top soccer gamer who always lived? Or was he constantly compared to some greats? Was he superior rather than Pelé, rather than Johan Cruyff? He arriving on the heels of Argentina's big, Alfredo Di Stefano, and leftward the stance for the present planet dictator, Lionel Messi. Maradona is so admired how, while his away-the-field misdemeanors, not to say crimes, frequently leftward him at Di's doorway, massive vigils popped up circle the planet, of Bangladesh to Naples. A chapel has been begun in his behalf. Down there is a museum dedicated to him in Buenos Aires, arranged in the building wherever he grew up as an adolescent. Grown-up men cry while they are capable to arouse the tension he has controlled to arouse in his indisputable ability. Although interestingly while view polls are run to choose Argentina's top sport identity in story, for copy, the soft-mannered nice-natured one Manuel Fangio wins hands downward each period. In the 32-year with such two goals that we include go to believe of as a solitary occasion, the roller coaster environment of his lifetime has seen him hit the headlines above and above, he has rising to divine statute and fall of elegance to the darkest pits conceivable just to growth behind up. Of one of the planet's largest dope scandals on a Planet Cup message board, to a phoenix-like reconsideration as the largest adorable officer, always to elegance the play, his private issues in drug addiction, material misuse, illegal family and feuds above cash turn pale in compare to his enormous identity, his charism spreads where he is. If he hosts a TV show, he's the largest wonderful and surrealistic TV show nobody has always seen. If he enters a chamber, human beings stay in right and speak the story for year following of how they were in the chamber while he introduced it. Force, allure, ability, and the capacity to be seen to be fragile, sensitive and incomplete in it. A walk conflict how once validates conflict, gives us all permit to take our own humanness, our faults, our unwanted daydreams. If or not he was superior rather than Pelé or Cruyff is no one there nor down there. He is really distinctive, and the literary testimony of the can be seen in such two goals he scored versus England in 1986.